Welcome everyone. How's it going? Logan, Mason, Steve. Let me know if I'm coming in okay on the feed. Yeah, kind of a, I don't want to say down day, but obviously we're down. Kind of a choppy day today. Jay Powell was supposed to speak. Apparently that got postponed. I just got out of a meeting, so I'm gonna have to do my research as to what happened. Let's see here. Let me know if I'm coming in. Let me know if I'm coming in okay on the chat, so that I'm not talking to myself. Let's see here. Jay Powell delayed until tomorrow. I have no idea. Does anyone know why that happened? I'm trying to find it out on Twitter at the moment. Hey Tyler, thank you. Thank you. Feed is perfect. Thanks, Steve. Georgia is from La Crescenta, California. Feed is okay. Hi all. Thanks, Marco. Yeah, let me know. Drop a chat where you guys are listening from. All 24 of y'all so far. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from at the moment. Again, I know unexpected. Didn't plan to go live. This technically isn't power hour, but I had some time. I finished a meeting this morning. Finished a group coaching session, and I was like, I got some time. My camera's already open, on, whatever you want to call it. Let's do it. Too many fails. Welcome. St. Martin, Caribbean. Wow. Jealous, Jackie. Jeez. Tesla 668 at the moment. Bond prices have gone down to 1.664. Square is down to $236. Just retesting whatever this moving average is down here. The Qs are really interesting. They got slapped yesterday, big time. Steve from North Carolina. That doesn't suck. That's awesome. Tyler from Springfield, Missouri, our moderator. Thank you for modding, Tyler. Matthews from Salt Lake. Philip from Tucson, Arizona. Glad to be on Pacific time. That's right. Arizona doesn't change their time zones, right? Huh. Interesting. Yeah. So if you don't know, we went forward an hour, lost an hour of sleep. It's stupid. Daylight savings is stupid. I'm on the record to say that. Marco from the Netherlands as usual. London, Jeffrey, Los Angeles, Hurricane, Utah. Interesting. Hurricane, Utah. Flying back to UK next week. That's awesome. I got this thing on my ceiling, and it's like, I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure we have a freaking mouse in the ceiling. Orange County, California. Naples, Florida. Wow. Hey, Naples is a great place. I've seen some good real estate in that area. Mordor, Houston, Vienna. Hey, in the money. So Tesla's kind of really staying in and around the 670 area. And, if we look at Flow Algo, let me pull up Flow Algo here, just to get that going here. Let's take a look. Actually, I got my Twitter pulled up here, but got Flow Algo on the side. So with Flow Algo, move my face. We haven't really seen much today. So we've seen some 675 calls expiring this week, but they weren't sweeps. They were split spot. And that's pretty much at the money, or it was at the money, I should say, before we started going down. We saw some 650 puts. We saw some 900 calls. That was interesting, but that's not until May. We got some time on those. And then we saw some 650 puts for this week. So really not a lot of action. If we look at the general market, SPY, just one small put sweep of 100,000. If you look at the Qs, we've seen some put sweeps on the Qs actually as of a couple of hours ago. And there were all 312 puts expiring this week. So, these could be hedges for sure. No way to know for a fact. But at the end of the day, the market is really just undecided and choppy and just more bearish on the downside than it usually might be. One thing to watch out for on Tesla, if I pull up Tesla here again, one thing to watch out for Tesla, if I pull up the 1 hour graph, in fact, I'll do it on the bigger one. So with the 1 hour graph, we do have support at the 665-ish area. And one thing to watch out for though is we don't want to break 660, really. I mean, not that we have, we have, but we don't want to break and hold. Because if we break and hold past that kind of point, we're lower than our linear regression channel, which, is actually even lower now. It's at 640 as I record this. So, it's even lower right now. So we don't want to be put back down in that trend, though it's possible that we retest it. I mean, if I pull up the 1 hour, obviously we're all looking for some good news. It wasn't long ago Tesla hit 800, right? So for us to skyrocket back, I think a couple of things are going to need to happen. One, bond rates are going to have to go down, currently sitting at 1.662%. Number two, Jeremy Powell is going to have to come out and say the same old stuff. We already know interest rates are not going to rise. We know that inflation is not a risk, and they don't care about inflation, in fact. So, that's something to watch out for there. And then for the Qs, the Qs are really like the big thing I'm watching. And we didn't break through that 320. Actually, we did break through that 320, but we didn't hold past it. So if I pull up the daily on the Nasdaqs and I try to zoom in to make it a little bit clearer, you guys can see where these moving averages kind of converge here is where our kind of problem issue is. Call it $321. It looks like pretty strongly we got rejected off of these moving averages. A lot of supply sitting there ready to sell to us. Now, the question is this going to slap us back down to 280 to the 200-day moving average? Are we going to retest the lows of this month, 297? So these are the questions I'm kind of looking at. Yesterday, for a second, it really looked like we powered through these supply zones. You guys remember on the Nasdaqs, we were sitting at $325 yesterday. So really happy looking at that. And all of a sudden, at around, I want to say 11 a.m. Pacific time, we just got slapped. All of the supply came down. Everyone started selling. So, it's just, stimulus checks have hit. Quadruple witching is this week. Thanks for reminding me. Quadruple witching is this week. That's something to watch out for as well. Maybe everyone's waiting on Powell. Also, people haven't received money yet. Yeah, I think a lot of people on Discord actually said last night that they got their stimulus checks. So keep an eye out on that. DJ says, I think the Fed meeting is priced in. It's hard to price in something, in my opinion, that everyone already knows and has known what they're going to say. Now, I am sitting on more cash than percentage-wise than I have been in the last couple of months, obviously. And that's still because I think, originally I tweeted end of March. In the last week or two, I've been thinking end of this week before we things settle down a little bit on everything. And I'm still thinking end of March is probably a safer bet than end of this week. Because, we have quadruple witching this week, which is when 4 different sets of futures and options expire. And though that doesn't mean the market goes up or the market goes down, it just means that the market's a little bit more volatile and has more volume. I think we have to realize and we have to be a little bit more considerate of the fact that there's a lot going on macro-wise right now. So just, keep those things in mind. Sit in cash a little bit. I do have leaps still that are down, which sucks. But, that's the benefit with leaps is I can wait. I have time on my side, although it's not fun looking at your account balance. I have a lot more equity than I did in the past as well. I have a lot more shares in SPACs that were close to NAV. My Square is such a funny stock, right? It's actually it's crazy the amount of premium that comes in and out of Square. When this huge rise came up from $199 end of January all the way up to $283, and even this more recent one where we retested $190 in the crash of March, if you want to call it that again, in 2021, and all the way up to, I think the other day we hit 252 there. The premiums on my leaps, and I have September and I have June, they were massive. I think I bought them for $5 and they hit, don't want to say the wrong number here. They hit around $10, right? So they doubled. And now that the Square is settled back, literally probably $15 from where they were $10, my leaps have collapsed. So there's a lot of premium being juiced out of the market. And if you look at VIX, the VIX is sitting at 20, right? it's just so low right now. Which, you know, people are on both sides of the fence there with VIX. You know, when VIX is so low, obviously premiums are low, but when VIX is low, that usually means maybe something's coming. Dan says the Fed speaks soon. Actually, from what I see on Twitter and what I've read on Discord before I jumped on live here, it looks like that is a delay till tomorrow. Not sure why. So it looks like we're delayed on that until tomorrow. So, I mean, interesting. Unless I'm wrong. Let me know in the chat if I'm wrong. Duncan, I've ordered my tri-motor Cybertruck. Hurry up and now wait. Yeah, that's awesome. Congrats. The Cybertruck, I would say probably, depending on when you pre-ordered it, like if you pre-ordered one of the first people to pre-order the Cybertruck, probably you're going to get it Q1 next year, I would say, earliest. Do you think it'll be worse than the previous weeks? I don't know. Usually when he comes on, it's usually a sell the news event. Although I think yesterday we did sell the news a little bit anyways. I mean, God, we've been selling period for the last how long now? So I have no idea. Probably wishful thinking though, to think he's gonna say something that's gonna be good. So a lot of hit pieces on Tesla as well today. Let me show you this. This news article came out in CNBC titled Tesla operating in autopilot hits police car in Michigan. Like, I don't know. The amount of FUD, and I think In the Money was you saying this, if you're listening, that with full self-driving beta coming out, it's going to be a hit or miss in terms of what's going to happen, right? Although there's a part of me that's going to be super excited for everyone to see the full self-driving beta videos that came out. You know, for sure it's going to be a problem potentially. Yeah, it seems fake. You know what? And this is, you know, me knocking on wood and everything like that. You know, when I'm in autopilot, it doesn't touch anything. It literally, it's like having a bumper car with like a padding, like a magnetic repelling thing around your car, where wherever it comes close to something, it immediately starts braking really fast. So I don't know how I find that this autopilot actually hit the car in Michigan. It's ironic that it's Michigan too, right? Detroit. So, you know, the state that doesn't allow Teslas to sell to people without a dealership model. So it looks like, let's take a look here. Troopers from the Lansing Post investigating a car versus deer traffic collision on highway I-96 near, okay, interesting. While investigating that crash with their emergency lights on, a Tesla with autopilot strikes a patrol car. Okay, so it looks like while they're investigating, something happened. Interesting. Tesla systems include a autopilot package. Yeah, whatever. Company's autopilot does not make Tesla safe for operation without a driver. Blah, 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 blah. I don't think this person had beta. Interesting. 50-year-old Jeremy Banner of Florida died when his model... Oh, geez. Yikes. Oh, this is in Florida. Last year. Okay. Wait, why are they randomly bringing in a story from last year in the middle of this hit piece? Seems kind of weird. Get used to FUDs as FSD rolls out. Yep, exactly. Sanju says, I got an alert that FOMC meeting is announcements under an hour. Yeah. So I'm getting conflicting stories on this. I saw it on Twitter. I searched up, or I saw it on Discord, but then I Twittered it. I tweeted it. I don't know. I didn't tweet it. I searched it on Twitter. And where did I find it? I found it somewhere around here. Oh, this is funny. Let's see here. Huh. So did someone just don't listen to Jen? It looks like someone started a rumor and I fell for it. Okay, thanks y'all. So it looks like the Federal Reserve has tweeted that it's going to be out at 2:30. So in an hour. In an hour? Is that an hour? Or 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. Yeah. Okay. So we have 2:30 Eastern. We have another hour left until then. So tomorrow. Okay. So hold on. So tomorrow at 2:30, Powell hosts live the FOMC press conference, and today is the press conference to FOMC. So it looks like the minutes come out tomorrow, but potentially is doing Q&A today. So If someone knows, let me know. I have no idea what's happening here. I thought autopilot wouldn't brake for stationary objects on the road to the driver to avoid the collision. No, when I'm on autopilot, right? And a classic example of this is when there's a red light. There's a bunch of cars stop at the red light. I'm coming down from really far away, and I'm on autopilot in the lane. Like the cars are stationary. Autopilot slows down and stops. So, yeah, it should stop. Now someone's saying, Harry's saying it's 2 p.m. I have no idea. I'm just gonna wait and see when my portfolio turns green. How about that? At this point, who knows what's happening? I'm gonna pull up Tesla again on this chart. So Tesla's really just sitting at this 670-ish level. This is the daily graph, right? So if you look at the daily graph, massive sell-off, obviously, as we know, from the end of January until February. We never retested our 200-day moving average, which is fine. And now we ran up a little bit. We faced some supply here with these moving averages. It looks like the 25-day obviously has crossed over the 50-day. And now we hit some supply there at around $710, which is what I was saying. $710 is really what we got to break before we have our next leg up. So a lot of supply sitting there. Now we're sitting at 675, which is nice. If I pull up the graph, it looks like we just made a nice pop in the last couple of minutes there. Not bad, not bad. Let's change this to the 1 minute. So, but really, I don't blame Tesla for what's happening, despite, the market being red, because all of the stimulus, all of the macro, all of the bond yields, all of the interest rate inflation fears. It's funny. What's funny? Looks like Tesla's really roaring up here. What's funny to me is a couple of weeks ago, everyone and their moms was coming out and saying technology is dead. It's a valuation reset. Be ready for, Tesla hit $200. And now when they've gotten all their shares, now all of a sudden, and wow, it looks like someone's really coming in buying Tesla right now. And now when they've gotten their shares for cheap, now all of a sudden it's hey, it looks like, Goldman Sachs is coming out with a price target update. FSD is coming out. This is coming out. It's really just like a seesaw battle between the media and trying to figure out when to be long or short Tesla. Now Alex is telling me 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Fed. Okay, so it looks like I'm all over the place. I'm just gonna say I don't know at this point. So, but I mean, hopefully this is over with soon enough. Tesla's really spiking here. It looks like how much is the volume coming in here? Let's take a look. These histograms. It looks like someone just came in with a sizable amount of shares bought. Someone's buying right now. If you look at the level 2, that usually gives us some sort of an indication as to what's happening. I just pulled up my chart there. So 675. It's what's weird for a second here. I'm not sure if this is a think or swim thing, but I'm seeing 699 on the ask for like a hot second. If you guys see that, I'm not sure if you guys see that. For like a hot second, I see 699 periodically here, which is interesting. Right there, it says 699 at the top. I'm not sure if that's a swimmer or there's some sort of funny business about to happen. Something to watch for there. In terms of resistance, it's a good question. Resistance points for the day. Really, probably, right around here is a pretty good resistance point to see, but high of day is probably the next one, right? High of day is 683, and then 685 is our next resistance point, as plotted by the pivot points. So we'll take a look there. The power hour, good juju. Absolutely. Be ready for the Stone Age, and they all post that they're using tech that they're bashing. Yeah, you know what I found? I found a hilarious video the other day. Let me zoom in again. I found a hilarious video the other day of Amazon being, or someone, a VP in Amazon being interviewed in 1999, and the interview is saying, "Do you really think you can outsell the Sears catalog?" And this person just laughed and said, because of the microprocessor, because of people moving online. So it really reminds me exactly of the Tesla fund, because they also, in the beginning of the documentary, they said, For Amazon to be worth where it's at right now, which is 20% more than Sears, they would have to sell every single book in the world over and over again every single year to be worth what they are right now. And it just reminds me exactly of the thesis people have with Tesla. Tesla would have to sell 20 million cars next year to be worth where they're at right now. It's exactly like a one-to-one correlation. And correlation doesn't mean causation. It doesn't mean it's going to be the same scenario as Amazon, but I think it'll probably be better, is my opinion. Emmanuel says everything's correlated right now. S&P, the Qs. Let's take a look. You know, it's funny. We just got a green tick on the bonds, though. Let's take a look at Square. Square did the opposite in the last couple of minutes. Let's take a look. I like these graphs because I can take a look at everything all at once. 1 minute graph. Yeah, pretty much a one-to-one correlation of what's going on. Yeah, the Qs really jumped. Again, for the Qs, the number we have to look at is 321, 321, 321. If we get a close above 321, that's really bullish as to what's happening. This is obviously just algorithms trading, and maybe there's some sort of a news out. Some sort of a news out that's happening. How many Tesla am I holding now? I would probably say, like, between my leaps and my shares, probably 60 to 70% of my account is probably in Tesla, one way or another. Because of this last crash, I've moved into a lot more shares than I really like to. I mean, shares are awesome, but when you have, you know, a smaller account, you have higher growth goals. You know, shares are great, and they have been great, 8x over the last year or whatever. But I usually like to have leaps, but obviously I've in the last couple months, in the last month, obviously it has been pretty. But I am waiting actually to see when the Nasdaq confirms 321. I'm ready to buy back in. Libaf says, didn't QQQ go over 321? Yes, it did. But the key is it has to close above 321. The fact that it hit 324.50 or whatever it did yesterday, and then came slapping down like up from 11 a.m. Pacific all the way to close, shows you the amount of sellers and supply that there was there, as hinted by our moving averages, right? So that's stuff that you want to look at. It's 321. I'll show you our daily graph. This is the daily graph on the Qs. 321 is the reason why I'm saying that is because that's where the moving averages sit right now. So when moving averages are above us in the stock, we look at them as supply, as sellers waiting to sell once the stock hits there. Because, you know, you might do this yourself, and for a fact that there's algorithms that do this. When moving averages are hit on the upside, people like to take profits, right? Because they know it's a form of resistance, and it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy in that sense. But also you have to remember that moving averages are a way to display people's cost bases on stock. When moving averages are on the bottom below us, like the one here, the 200-day simple moving average at 288, these act as buying supports. These act as demand triggers, because everyone wants to buy stock when they're hitting their moving averages on the downside, right? Because that's really when you're going to get a lot of support, because people are like, I'm buying at the cheap. Look how low I'm buying, right by the moving average. So whether it's self-fulfilling, whether it's not, you know, this is stuff that you have to look at. So Tesla 675, it shot up to 677 for a hot second there while we were on stream, but it looks like this was just algo driven for the most part. The Qs are sitting at 317.50 and Squares at 237. Looks like bonds are trickling up. Although I think the bond market's closed, but for some reason I'm still getting a little bit of data on this. The bond market is just, it's just illiquid, but I'll put it up here. Let's right over there. I'll turn off my little logo. No one cares about that. So the bond market is the graph right over here. The 10-year yield. I just want to delete my portfolio and look back at me. I feel you, DJ. That's exactly kind of where I feel. Yeah. Tesla is not holding momentum, says Harry. Yeah, I mean, Tesla is a unique, like, you've been following Tesla enough, you know, anything can happen within a minute. Tesla goes up $30. It's just, or down $30. It's just, it's a crazy stock. Crazy stock. FOMC rates will drop rates. Institutional bets are bulling. I don't know if they're going to drop rates. Like, they're not, like they're so low right now. They're pretty much at zero. Let's see here. Flow algo is showing me nothing, y'all. I don't see anything on flow algo happening at all. Some stupid stuff like NPA or FDX. I don't follow any of these stocks really. In terms of Tesla, nothing new has come in. Yep, nothing new has come in. Apple, no, nothing really. It's really a quiet day as well. I'm not sure how low volume is today. You can take a look. Yeah, I don't like checking. I'm just gonna go on Yahoo Finance. What's volume for today on Tesla? Tesla's volume for the day is 21 million. Okay, not bad. Not bad, actually. I lied. Not bad. So, something to watch out for there. I mean, so all in all, the key to watch out for here, and it looks like we are, Square is now going up. The key to watch here is, looks like bond yields are falling a little bit. The key to watch here is 321 on the Qs. Okay, 321, a close above 321 on the Qs. Even a 320.80, I'll take that. But something to trigger to us that we're back into the upswing, right? Because as this graph looks for the Qs, this doesn't look good. This looks like a lot of buyers came in, and then the amount of sellers that were here were so heavy and have been so heavy that we don't have a chance breaking through this right now. And if that's the case, our next magnet is really our 200-day moving average. So I really hope that's not the case. But in the case that that's true, I'm sitting on a little bit more cash to buy in and around there. But really, 320, I'm not sure if anything Chairman Powell is going to say is really going to affect anything. But really, a 320, even a 320.50 closing above, I'm going to be really happy. Really happy. Do you use simple moving average or exponential? These particular graphs, I'll take a look here. Great, my battery died. Hold on one sec. Let me just change out my battery, y'all. I was prepared for this. Don't worry. Make sure. Camera comes in clear. One sec. So these are simple moving averages, just so you are aware. I just checked right now, actually. So those are simple moving averages, something to watch out for. Let's take one sec. Seems like whenever I have to do this, I might have to reset my Streamlabs. Ah. One sec, y'all. I'm just gonna restart my Streamlabs here. One sec. All right, should be back. Should be back. But now the problem is I've got this freaking border around my video. Let's try to crop this garbage out. Configure video. As you can tell, I'm not. I hate this freaking technology stuff. Figure crossbar. How the hell do I fix this freaking border around my video now? Don't even know. Let's take a look here. Try to filter or group transform. Okay, great. I think I got it here. Okay. Bear with me as I try to fix my face. Okay, let's do 650 all the way around. This is really what you tuned in for, right? Let's take a look. Let's do 350 and 350. Welcome, Frexy. Okay, let's just go with that for now. Don't want to waste everyone's time. So it looks like the market is really just kind of waiting for for Jeremy Powell to come out and say something. You should have a Twitter update soon. Tesla's at 672. It is what it is. Back to what I was saying, answering the question. These are simple moving averages. You could use exponential moving averages. I don't figure the number would be that different, to be honest. So Simon, not a trader, only an investor, but always love watching. Thanks, Simon. Thanks for your support. One thing I wanted to ask you guys, what I wanted to do was I was thinking of a video idea of being reacting to Tesla full self-driving beta, because part of what I wanted to spread with the channel is more full self-driving beta amazing content that already creators are putting out that have beta, because I think a lot of people are not actually paying attention to what's happening with beta at the moment. So I was thinking about, and I saw this on Twitter. I can pull it up here actually. Let's take a look. I saw it on Twitter the other day, this full self-driving beta video, which was actually bonkers. Let me try to find it. And maybe a lot of you guys have already seen it here. There's a lot of good full self-driving beta videos out there, but there's one I was thinking about. Wow, a lot of friggin' videos this person posts. Take a look here. So you guys know what video I'm talking about. It's the one beta videos are getting insane. Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look here. RSyncs is still a bit sketchy with speed bumps and potholes, I feel like. I mean, have you tried? Like, if you've tried it, then that's a legitimate concern. If you haven't tried it, I would try it. I haven't tried beta, but I've obviously been in autopilot in the car. And autopilot, it's not even close to really what full self-driving beta would be. But really, you'd be surprised the amount. Here it is. I found the video. You'd be surprised the amount of like ease you feel in the car. I just went on a road trip for an hour actually. Yes, Brian, you got it. The Chestnut Street one. That's the one. This one right over here. I'll move my screen here. So this is the full self-driving beta video. Let me try to see if I can make this. Great. Yeah, I want to get copyrighted on that. So this is the full self-driving beta video out. And it's a little bit hard to see, but it's basically making left turns on its own, which when the first time I saw that a couple months ago was nuts. Making left turns on its own. It's the hardest part when I was thinking about full self-driving beta was these crosswalks and being able to time, because you know when pedestrians, you know someone's coming, so you're going to wait for them. You don't know if someone's coming, like someone might be on their phone, so you know that they're not going to cross. Getting that sort of stuff sorted out, like right here, there's people crossing across the street. There's a left turn. It's still not going. And now it's creeping. And now it's going straight. And now it paused because there was a person there in black. I didn't even see them. So check this out. There's a stalled car right here waiting for someone. It goes around it. And now it stops again at the, one thing I don't like is how far back the car is stopping from other cars, but whatever. People are crossing again. Cars turning left. It should be its turn, but now people are crossing the other way. Cars are turning right. Now it goes forward. Again, these are zero interventions. But check this out. This is a mess. There's a person crossing here, getting into his car. It recognizes that. It goes around it. Now a person's parallel parking. Not really. They just, for some reason, pull up right there. Now it's having to drive over the median, come around with oncoming traffic. Now someone just swerved into their lane. This is like crazy driving in general. Kind of looks like downtown Vancouver. Another crosswalk. It slowed but didn't stop. Pedestrians there on the left-hand side. Now I hit a red light. It's just nuts. Like, I know that that's probably more unique to LA. But it's just, that's crazy. And here it is last, and now it's delivered. But that's really crazy. I mean, specifically speaking, like that scenario with all the cars parked on the side. Like I know even if you think of full self-driving beta as someone that's an L that has their learner's license, it still seems it seems like a better driver than someone that's learning how to drive as a human. So, I mean, take that at face value. So like, okay, so that section right there is actually kind of crazy, right? Someone has a car stalled on the side that they just put they put their emergency lights on. No one's in that car, so they can't drive. Full self-driving beta is waiting for it. It stops. It sees the driver get in the car, sit down, and what does it do? It realizes maybe that the driver just got in, I can probably slip through, and then goes through that car. That's just nuts. That's crazy, right? Distance to the one in the front looks so much further on camera than real. Oh, okay, I hope that's true. For me, with autopilot, one of the gripes I have is at red lights, if the leading car goes in front of me, it doesn't accelerate as fast as I want it to. Like, I usually have to hit the accelerator a little bit to catch up, to keep with the flow. I find it waits for the car to go like 3 cars ahead of me and then goes. And sometimes if you're in rush hour and stuff, people will start honking at you and stuff. So do I follow GME? No, not really. But I mean, you know, I did have some shares at 216 right now. When GME comes back to reality under 100, the market's going to soar. It's a big one. Arsing says, I really want to see FSD in New York more because the amount of stuff that pops up on the road. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, New York's going to be big. But you know, even looking at that video, that's kind of crazy, right? Like, the amount of stuff that came out from there is just nuts. So, you know, all that to say is the button for full self-driving beta should be coming out this week, actually at the end of this week. So I'm really excited to see what that is going to bring into the market, and if that is going to bring more FUD, or if that's going to bring more, not sure if that's going to bring more positive vibes. I hope it does. I hope that opens up people to a lot more of what's happening. Someone says try doing that in Beirut. Oh, absolutely. But I mean, I can imagine a day where autonomous driving can probably happen in like in the streets of Delhi, right? So it's nuts. Full self-driving beta is cool. I can see some rear accidents. People are impatient. Oh, absolutely, for sure. I mean, the thing with rear end accidents is usually not the driver's fault in the front, right? So okay, so it looks like Tesla is wedged here a little bit. If we get a break of 674 in the short run, we might see pop up back into where we were a couple minutes ago. So let's take a look here as to what happens. I can see that you guys can't see what I'm looking at now, so here it is. Yeah, we've come super far though. Come super far. Driving in India is just nuts. I went back to India. I went to India for my cousin's wedding 2 or 3 years ago, and quite literally, we drove from the airport to somewhere 5 or 6 hours away, and it was so stressful. It was so chaotic for me that on the way back, I just flew from the city to Delhi. I was like, I am not driving in India, or I'm not sitting in a car in India ever again. Like, not ever again, but man, it takes a different. I got some PTSD, man. We actually got into an accident as well on the highway. It was just, I was like, I'm flying back. I couldn't do it. But yeah, maybe full self-driving beta comes out and solves that. Okay, Graceman says, have you considered GM? Even if they fail, it seems like a major upside playing catch up on valuation versus other EVs. So I mean, here's the thing with GM, right? The main thing with GM is, oh, hey, thanks, Duncan, for joining, pledging on Patreon. Welcome. Join us on Discord. The thing with GM is I've driven the Bolt. I actually think, and someone can tell me if I'm wrong and give me a better car, but I kind of think the Chevy Bolt is second to Tesla. If we weren't going to get a Tesla, we were going to get a Chevy Bolt. And the reason for that predominantly was the range. It's an ugly looking car, but as you can tell, I don't prioritize aesthetics. So really, I mean, it was quite functional. It's a hatchback, which I like. It was probably second in line to any Tesla. We obviously ended up getting the Model 3. Am I a coder? No, I'm not. I wish. But, you know, the Chevy Bolt actually has decent range. It has level 2, level 3 charging. It uses, I think, CHAdeMO for its level 3 charging, and then CCS for its level 2. So in general, I think it's second. But the problem I see with the Chevy Bolt is at the corporate level, right? I don't think GM has ever sold an electric car at a profit. And if you can't at a unit economic scale make something at a profit, you're going to suffer to scale that. Obviously, you're going to be biting your own leg off, right? And not the Chevy Volt, the Chevy Bolt, right? So Google the Chevy Bolt. I think the Volt is a hybrid. Not sure if it's an electric. The Chevy Bolt. It looks even uglier than the Volt, in my opinion. But that tells you the amount of room there is for new EV competition to come in, especially at an affordable scale. I think the Chevy Bolt was only $10,000 less than the Tesla. So there's room for competition in this space. Boa says no traffic rules in India. I love it sometimes because no speeding tickets. Nice. That's awesome. So yeah, so keep us posted on what happens on Jay Powell. I'm just gonna check my Twitter here. Let's take a look. It's all about Powell, so let's see what happens. I mean, let's see. It looks like breaking news: IRS is to delay tax filing deadline by 1 month. Okay, so that's interesting. They did that again this year. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see what happens, but like, what is he gonna say? What is he gonna say that we don't know? Interest rates are gonna stay where they are. We're not scared about going higher than 2% inflation. Blah 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 blah. Like, and really, I don't. I think all the smarter minds have said already, like Chevy Volt, like Kathy Wood has already said that technology is going to be inherently deflationary, increasingly so, because it's going to kill legacies, and at the same time, it's going to increase cost curves or lower cost curves and bring stuff at a cheaper economical level to us. So, yeah. Bolt is CCS. Yeah, okay, so they don't have a chat mode? Interesting. Oh, sorry. When we got the Nissan Leaf, that used the chat mode for sure. The Bolt has one of the most uncomfortable seats I've sat in, says Unforgiving Panda. I don't remember that, but yeah, I mean, Teslas are definitely nice. Alex says, Yashu, what do you think about the real estate bubble in Canada? Do you think there is one? I think when interest rates are inherently really low, under 2%, and honestly, incomes have actually surprisingly gone up for a lot of high income folks and medium income folks because of work from home economies, and there has been the disproportionate amount that have obviously suffered incredibly. In Canada, I mean, bubble is a hard word, right? Because I mean, we did print a lot of money too, like the CERB checks that we had. There's a lot of money flowing in the system. So I mean, I don't know. Is it a bubble? I mean, I've been hearing it's a bubble since my parents bought their first detached house in 2005. So I've been hearing that since then. So no, I think in the long run, real estate, and that's where I have the majority of my investments is real estate. In the long run, real estate is something that is more likely to pay off than not. The bubble's only in Vancouver. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some houses in Vancouver that, like what Mellow Yellow is saying, is they're incredibly expensive. Like, there's in West Vancouver, certain neighborhoods, you can't buy a house for less than 3 or 4 million at the moment. So it's just nuts. Rexy says, what will be a safe covered call in 3 weeks for the shares not to be taken away? So Frexy, I mean, there's, safe is a relative term. By the way, we just broke through. Let's see if we retest highs here. We just broke through that wedge there. So I'm going to come back. Safe is a relative term, but if you say 3 weeks, one way to analyze this, Frexy, is really go into the options chain. If you said 3 weeks, that's what, 21 days. Let's come to April. Look at the Delta tab on your platform, right? And come to the call side. Look at the Delta tab. The Delta loosely translates to the percentage chance that this lands in the money. So if you want a 30% chance of something landing in the money, you'll sell the 750s. If you want a lower percent chance, you're going to come down there. Obviously, if you want a 1% or a really low chance of something landing in the money, you're going to get paid proportionally to that. You're going to get paid, in this case, 63 cents. Like, it's just not worth it at a certain point, right? So you're looking for the risk reward of, am I getting paid enough for a risk? One of the big problems is when people sell premium in low IV environments, right? and my dad was telling me, he's like, "Yay, let's start selling more premium and everything right now." And I was telling him there is no premium to be had at the moment. And the way to look at premium, I pulled up here on Market Chameleon, is come to something like Market Chameleon and look at the IV rank, right? The IV rank here is, let's take a look, is 70. That's not right. Hold on. Where's the 52? Actually, I saw this amazing website. I'm going to try to find that one instead because this one looks ugly anyways. I saw this amazing website with my dad the other day. I'm going to try to find it. That pulled up IV rank. Was it this one? Whoa, implied volatility. Great, I'm just going to pull up my interactive brokers. I'll tell you what it is for a fact. So the IV rank right now at a 52-week level for Tesla is 39 out of 100. Okay, so you're going to get paid 39. The amount of fat, the amount of premium that you're going to get paid on a scale of 1 to 100 is 39 at the moment. The problem with that is if Kathy Woods comes out, and DJ just said that she bought 120K shares of Tesla yesterday. Kathy Wood comes out with a price target. Everyone starts buying calls. Well, now premium is going to go up. When premium goes up and you're short premium, you're going to lose, right? So look at the IV rank or IV percentile. The 13-week IV rank for Tesla right now is 43. It's not terribly high. In general, you probably want to sell when it's above 50, as high as possible, obviously. If I look at my watch list, though, and I sort at the highest IV by any stock for IV 13 weeks, I get, take a look here. The highest I have on my watch list is ARK-K, which I'm not shorting premium on that. Tesla's at 43. That's really one of the high. Actually, no, ARK-K. QQQ is at 45. There really is no premium. And if you want an easy answer to this is wait until VIX is high, right? VIX is not a perfect measure. It looks like Tesla's retesting 670 here. Maybe it'll pop back up here after. But VIX is a good measure to see, okay, VIX is at 20. If you look at VIX at a daily level or an hourly level, if I put it at a daily, it'll make a lot more sense. VIX is a volatility index, right? When VIX is really low, like it is right now, you're going to get no premium. And when you get no premium, you're kind of open yourself up for trouble. So keep those kind of balancing acts in mind. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it forever or you shouldn't do it in times where you really feel like doing it, but keep in mind that you're probably not going to get paid top dollar to sell premium. In general, we all know this. You're going to get paid top dollar to sell premium right before earnings, right? So right before earnings, everything's inflated. Yeah. You got it, Frexy. No problem. Volkswagen basically copied Tesla's battery day with their power day. Oh, absolutely. Volkswagen's up 25%. Is that right? Someone help me with their ticker. Volkswagen. What's their ticker? That shows you I don't even care about them. If I don't even know their ticker. Someone tell me their ticker. I'll search them up. 25%, that's crazy. So, VO3? Oh, it's only in Europe. Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like anything's popping up here. It looks like Tesla will pull back on the 1 minute. Looks like we retested supply. So until this Jeremy Powell stuff comes out and whatever else, it looks like we're probably sitting on our hands for a little bit. And we got 10 minutes to the Fed meeting. So, and that'll probably take a while. Okay, thanks for sending me the ticker, guys. Let's pull that up there. It's up 22%. Yeah, that's nuts. Maybe you want a short premium on this. I don't know. Interesting. Let's look at their stock on a daily level. Holy crap. That's some Nikola type shit right there. It's very possible that VW is second. But I tried their e-golf, guys. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys know this. I'm going to show you something if you don't. Pull this up here. This is, and you know, let me know if stuff has changed in the last 2 years. I've looked at buying an e-golf. This is the range for an e-golf. 125 miles. Okay? 125 miles. I mean, I'm not going to laugh at an EV maker, but in kilometers, by the way, that's 200 kilometers pretty much on the dot. 200 kilometers. So yeah, yeah, the e-golf is terrible. Someone said, yeah, I know, exactly. So even the Nissan Leaf at the moment has actually a pretty decent range, 363 kilometers. It's not as bad, right? 363 kilometers for all my American friends. That is 225 miles. To put that in perspective, I think the Model 3 at the moment now gets a range of, say, 420 kilometers. Has 263 miles of range. Does the regular? So the regular is 423. Yeah, exactly. So it's laughable how far away they are in technology. Even like the Nissan Leaf at 225 miles versus 363, and the e-golf is a joke at 125 miles. It's literally a golf cart. You know when people make fun of EVs? Exactly. Cliff says they can get a Nissan Leaf for $7,000, 125 miles. Exactly. That's what actually we did. The ID3, yes. Okay, yeah. Good point. ID3, let me pull that up. ID4 range. 240 miles, and this is a 2-door, am I right? Let me just pull this up. No, it's a 4-door. Okay, what am I talking about? Maybe I've only seen 2-doors in my area. So the ID4 is pretty decent. What does it start at? I'm just here spreading FUD about Volkswagen for no reason, huh? Let me just pull this up. So ID4 range is 250 miles, which is, I'm trying to do the math. What's the point? 400 kilometers, pretty comparable. The ID3 cost is, let's pull this up. In Germany, it costs 42. If I were to buy it here, how much would it cost me? Maybe someone has an ID3 listening and let me know how much you paid for it. Okay, these are all European prices. ID3, put up Vancouver if I wanted to buy it here. Might be sold in Vancouver, definitely not the US. Huh. Whatever. But we all know who's first. I think even they've admitted that. It's a great big car. Seriously, going to EVs, that was the goal of Tesla. Good for business. Absolutely, great for business. Yeah. In the money says Volkswagen wants to secure the pole position in production by doing a fourth of what Tesla's planning. They admit that they can't catch up. Yeah, I think they said 5 years is kind of their timeline to catch up. Hey, thanks for watching, Little. Why can't you buy options on some stocks like Volkswagen? Well, the Volkswagen one, I don't think it's actually traded in the Nasdaq or anything. But some stocks are just not optionable. I don't know why. Maybe they're not liquid enough, or not enough market makers that want to play it. So, in terms of the market, looks like we fell off in the last couple of minutes here. I'd advise you not to check your portfolio every couple of seconds unless you need to. Hyperion car range. ID4 seems to be more of a comfy ride compared to Tesla's. They have a bigger software. Yeah, their software tablet stuff I've seen on there is quite bad. But yeah, it's definitely more comparable. It might be more of a comfy ride. Admittedly, I'm not the best car comfy review person because I don't really value comfort very much. I don't know. It sounds bad. It sounds weird to say, but for me, I mostly value utility. It doesn't even cross my mind comfort or aesthetics that much. I'm mostly, I'm not a utilitarian, but I mostly value utility when it comes to my buying purchases. So probably irrational. Looks like the markets are climbing. I'm not sure what Jeremy Powell is saying at the moment, but they're climbing before. It looks like he's probably not even live yet. Looks like the markets want to climb on some good news, hopefully. Better to buy Tesla or wait? Tough question. I mean, if you're going to dollar cost average and you have a longer enough time horizon and you believe in the company, I think dollar cost averaging is probably a smart way to get into any stock. 2030, they plan on having 6 40 gigawatt battery productions compared to Tesla's 1 terawatt. Oh, wow. Interesting. So let's pull up Twitter. Let's get a live reaction here. Pull up Powell. Let's pull up the Federal Reserve. It's funny, I didn't plan on being live for this long, but now I really want to watch. So let's pull up Federal Reserve YouTube. Great. What is the Fed? It doesn't look like he's live yet. You guys can fill me in. Obviously, we're gonna get some action on the market depending on what happens, anyways. So it's gonna be a bipolar market. I think we're gonna see swings up and down. I wouldn't get attached to any one of these moves coming forward. Let's see here. Okay, so he's coming live in half an hour. I have it all on CNBC here. So live in half an hour. I recommend you guys check that out. In terms of, we have half an hour to go until then. I'm gonna cut the live stream off now, and I'll probably have a video out tonight. Hit the subscribe if you want to catch that video. Jesus, what just happened? Hold on. Something's happening. Something's happening. Some sort of good juju. That's a candle. Absolutely. What did he say? Like Nancy Pelosi just bought Nasdaq leaps? Like what happened? The Fed ups the U.S. GDP forecast to 6.5% from 4.2. It sees a 2022 up 3.3%. Holy crap! Holy crap! Jesus Christ! Tesla's green? Oh god, I gotta pull everything up. I don't even know what to say. These are the cues. Wow. Well, that was nice. Tesla's at 679. Looks like just algos just jumped on this. Someone wants you to stay online. Yeah, absolutely. Woo! Guys, hit the like for this. Down. Gonna be the name of the game. Don't get too attached one way or another. But yeah, this is awesome. So it looks like, yeah, I forgot to hit the like. It looks like some sort of minutes came out off the meeting. So Fed keeps rates near zero. The median dot shows on hold until 2023. Okay, on 2023 rates are not going to increase. I think we all knew that. Holy crap! 680 on Tesla. We just moved up literally $10. The 4 Fed officials see rates increasing in 2022. 7 Fed officials see rates increasing in 2023. Whew! We got time. We got time with rates low. Holy crap! So their statement just came out. Their minutes, I'm guessing. Let's take a look. So FOMC rates are unchanged. They're literally at 0%. Fed sees a stronger economy and higher inflation, but no rate increases. I think we knew this stuff. Like, that's the funny part of all this is investors are so, maybe this is why everything was selling off. The 10 years pulling back. Thanks, Harry, for keeping me updated. Yeah, it looks like the 10 years pulling way back. So it looks like what's happening here is a combination of, and I got Tesla at the top here, I got the rates at the bottom left, I got Square in the middle, and I got the Qs on the bottom right. So it looks like what's happening here is a mix of good news from the Fed, GDP targets going up, inflation fears being mitigated, and then also as bonds, so it looks like bonds are climbing back up here. As, remember, with the bonds, with TNX, as it downticks, there's algos to buy. As it upticks, there's algos to sell. So it's quite literally hand in hand with what's happening here. So keep that in mind. Shorts covering, yeah, that might be possible as well. Since it happened when I joined, you knew who to thank. Thank you, Jan. That's all. Thanks, Jan. Is that SN11? Yeah, exactly. Hey, this is good. Good thing I went live early. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. I mean, this is bullish. What else? There other news. Fed sees price inflation at 2.4% in 2021. It sees it at 2% in 2022 and 2.1% in 2023. Okay, interesting. Keep that in mind. I'm just reading off Twitter, y'all. So interesting. So the committee, I'm reading here, the committee seeks to achieve maximum employment and inflation at the rate of 2% over the long run. With inflation running persistently below this longer run goal, the committee will aim to achieve inflation moderately above 2% for some time so that inflation averages 2% over time and longer-term inflation expectations remain well at anchored 2%. The committee expects to maintain and accommodate a stance of monetary policy until these outcomes are achieved. The committee decided to keep the target rate for the Fed overnight rate at between 0 to 0.25% and expects it will be appropriate to maintain this target range until labor market conditions have achieved consistent with the committee's assessment of maximum employment and inflation has risen to 2% and is currently on track to moderately exceed 2% for some time. In addition, the Fed will continue to increase. I probably should show you what's happening. Where was I? In addition, the Federal Reserve will continue to increase its holdings of Treasury securities by at least $80 billion per month, which they're already doing, and of agency mortgage-backed securities by at least $40 billion per month until substantial further progress has been made towards the committee's maximum employment and price stability rules. These asset purchases will help foster smooth market functioning and accommodate financial conditions, thereby supporting the flow of credit to households and businesses. Whew. This is pretty much like, this is what I'm saying. This is everything that we knew already. This is everything that we knew already. Investors are stupid. They quite literally create all this fear, uncertainty, and doubt, so then the market can collapse, so they can buy back in. And then when the Fed says exactly what they're hoping for anyways, they act like it's a big deal now. It's lame. Tyler's saying it looks like the Qs directly correlate to Tesla. It looks like the same ticker. Yep, that's the beauty of it, is that because Tesla is one, Apple, you probably noticed yesterday the Qs were positive for a large part of the day, but Tesla was down. That's because stuff like Apple was holding it up, Microsoft was holding it up, Amazon was holding it up. In general, stuff with high PE is usually tech, and the tech lives in the Qs. So they're quite honestly related one-to-one. Pushing to 700 would be ideal. Yeah, absolutely. So we're at 680 right now. This is awesome. What a way to I was just about to sign off there. And don't forget it. The Qs at 321. 321. That's what we need. 321. We can get real buyers stepping in, and it looks like they are, to at a point where we can get the Qs jumping to 321 and closing there. We are in for our next ride up, most likely. Odds are. So keep that in mind. So today would be the great day for Kathy to release her price target. Probably Friday is my, if I was a betting man, I'd probably say Friday. Make sure to hit the subscribe, hit the like, join us on Patreon if you want to support the channel. Much love to every single one of you guys watching. Without you, I would have nothing. I'd have no one to talk to except Amir. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Great way to end the stream, by the way. That was awesome. Join us on Patreon if you want to join us on Discord and talk in there. 321. That's what we need. Close above there. We should be on our next leg up. I've been watching that number for a long time now. So keep an eye on that. Much love to every single one of you guys watching, commenting. I love it. I'll probably have another video out tonight. Let me know what sort of ideas that you guys want in terms of videos as well. Don't have to be Tesla related. They can be Tesla related. No big deal. Thanks, Harry. Thanks, David. Too many fills. Alex, much love to everyone. Thanks in the money. Probably late there for you. Yeah, let me know with other video ideas in the chat. I'll continue to monitor all the comments even after I sign off. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace, y'all. Peace.